right. Well, it was a nice day today inside of the state of South Carolina. As we all know, we had nice, dry conditions throughout the state. And honestly, that activity, or I should say the lack of activity that we got today, will continue. Dry conditions continue through tonight all the way through Friday. Mostly dry weather continues this weekend into early next week. And a strong warming trend builds as we go Friday into the weekend into early next week. Limited drought relief expected overall, with dry pattern persisting and fire concerns are possible. All of that we will talk about tonight. Also, make sure that you go in and vote inside the poll right now. It's in the chat. Drought predictions in the chat right now. I already have my prediction made, and I'm pretty confident on it that I am correct. But make sure you make your own prediction. Make sure you make your own prediction. If you have not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button yet, go on and do so. It's free. It is free. So what's going on right now throughout the entire state? Well, right now we're nice and dry. We're not seeing any sort of rainfall right now throughout the state of South Carolina. But if we scroll our way out, see what's going on throughout the entire U.S., we do in fact have some rainfall going on throughout here in Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Maine. We also have some rainfall in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, even some rainfall over here in Washington and Oregon, Oklahoma getting in on some of this rainfall, some severe weather even going on down here inside of Texas as well. But for the most part, we're looking pretty good, at least everybody else. Southeast, we look good. No rainfall, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina. I mean, we looking real good. Cloud cover right now, not really going throughout the state right now. Not going throughout the state right now. Obviously, we have a high pressure over us right now, so that's definitely moving some of that cloud cover away from us. And if we go on and look at this cloud cover for the future, watch as we go into tonight, going into tomorrow morning, watch as we move to around 12 o'clock p.m., we finally start to see some cloud cover trying to move in from the west, but cloud cover trying to move over to the east, through the east, as we get to around 2 p.m., 3, 4, and kind of staying in that low country area, maybe even that southern Midland area. Now, if you look in the upstate, this goes all the way into the evening time frame here, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11. We have cloud cover now all the way up there inside of the upstate. And then once you move into around 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6, all the way to 7 a.m. on Saturday, cloud cover now moving its way over into the upstate areas now. And it's kind of just staying more than likely isolated and maybe widely scattered throughout the state as we go into the next 48 hours or so. But definitely not widespread cloud cover. Current temperatures right now, we're talking about 72 in Charleston, 73 Beaufort, 65 Orangeburg as well, 66 in Somerville, 66 inside of Conway, 68 from Myrtle Beach down through Georgetown, 67 in Columbia, and 65 Lugoff, Sumter. We also have around a good 60 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 59 in Gaffney, 60 York, 64 Clemson, and 63 in Anderson. Now, what's going on in terms of our air quality? Air quality right now is looking okay. Most of us are inside of that good category, but good amount of us are inside that moderate area, 51 to 100 on the U.S. Air Quality Index, moderate. Goes from Columbia and all the way down throughout the PD areas, the Grand Strand areas, and the Low Country. These areas are all included inside of this moderate risk of air quality. Now, this goes throughout tonight. Low temperatures for tonight. We're seeing some low temperatures, 46 Spartanburg, 48 Greenville, 47 Lawrence, Newberry, as well as 51 in Columbia, 51 Sumter, and 52 in Orangeburg, 52 Walterboro, and 52 Moncks Corner, 58 Charleston, 62 Hilton Head Island, 52 Georgetown, 54 Myrtle Beach, and 50 inside of Florence. High temperatures for tomorrow, we're at around 77 in Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, 81 in Columbia, 81 Orangeburg, 80 in Moncks Corner, 79 in Charleston, 82 Walterboro, and 79 in Georgetown, 75 Myrtle Beach, and 79 in Hilton Head Island. Rainfall, not expected at this time. We're talking about nice, dry conditions as we move throughout the next 24 hours, and we're looking good. SPC outlook, no thunderstorms tonight, no thunderstorms tomorrow or Saturday. And then fire weather. Fire weather is not expected at this time. Fire weather is not expected at this time. Excessive rainfall, not expected at this time. So, I mean, overall, nice, dry conditions, nice, calm conditions. And that's reflected in the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how active our conditions are. And right now we're at a 9. At a 9 inside of the calm category. And mainly it is for no significant weather going on, clear skies, light clouds, and mostly just clear skies. I see, by the way, chat, I see some buffering going on. I'm good on my end. Is everybody good inside the live chat right now? I just want to see if anybody else is having any issues, seeing if it is me. But, okay, I said, okay, you're back. Okay. Oh, yeah, my thing did just drop a little bit. Okay. It's back. It seems to be back, though. Hopefully that doesn't persist. Hopefully that's the end of that. But, anyways, 9, clear skies tonight, mild temperatures tonight, calm winds tonight. Everything just looks pretty good. So let's go on now and look at the models. Times at the bottom part of your screen. Make sure that you go in and pay attention to that because it is very crucial that you do so, because if you accidentally lose track of where we are, you may miss something. But we're going to start off here tonight, and then as we move all the way through into tomorrow, going into tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, going into tomorrow evening, even into Saturday morning coming along here at 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way through to the late morning into the afternoon. No rainfall statewide. We are good for the next 48 hours rainfall-wise. Now, what about our rainfall for the future? Well, watch as we move through Saturday. Still looking nice and dry. But then we're going to move into Sunday. And then here we get to around Sunday afternoon. And what do you see? You see some rainfall trying to go on up there inside the very far upstate by around 2 o'clock p.m. And it tries to go throughout the state for the most part, relatively isolated-like. As you move through, here's 11 p.m., here's 8 p.m. We're going to move back around 3 hours or so and see that most of that activity is happening in the upstate. Once you move through into Monday, though, going into Monday morning, Monday afternoon, that rainfall is now trying to go away. We move all the way into Tuesday, still looking dry. But watch as we get into midweek next week. We get here to around Wednesday, getting into around Thursday, and we have nice rainfall activity that tries to move throughout the state. And when I say some nice rainfall activity, I mean some nice beneficial rainfall activity is coming back as we go into later next week, as we have some more heavy rainfall on the way. We get through Friday here, and Friday, it's not really as beneficial maybe as Wednesday or Thursday, but it still is pretty beneficial, I will say that. We move into Saturday of next weekend, and things definitely calm down. We go into Sunday. Again, things are calm. We go into Monday, going into Tuesday. And what do we see? Maybe a big storm system trying to go through. Maybe a big old storm system trying to come through. Watch as we go into Monday and Tuesday of the 25th here of May, going into the 26th. We see a good cold front trying to move through with maybe some thunderstorm potential as we go later into that week. So, again, we'll keep an eye on that. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, looks like it could be pretty, honestly, I'd say looks like it could be a pretty interesting system to watch for as we go into the end of the month. So maybe some severe weather to watch for as we get through the end of the month. We'll see what happens here, though. Now, in terms of how much rainfall we're expected to see throughout the next 384, 400 hours or so. This is from the GEFS, and right now it has us at around a good 1.5 inches at the minimum, but around 2 inches at the most. Maybe a bit more than that, probably maybe around like 2.6 or so. So, a good amount of rainfall throughout the next 300 to 400 hours, but will it be enough to get rid of this drought? Absolutely not. It's going to be probably more just about normal, which I believe when we started this month, I believe we said that the precipitation was going to be more just near normal precipitation. I believe so. I'll have to go on back and check that out, but I believe that we were expecting that to be more just near normal. Now, that's just from the GEFS. The European has us a bit more near 2 inches or so statewide. So this would be the best case scenario here, so we can see the most as much rainfall as we can, so we can hopefully get rid of this drought a lot sooner. But no rainfall is no rainfall is expected, obviously, all the way throughout this weekend here until maybe like Sunday or so. But throughout the next 300 to 400 hours, we definitely will see it. Now, what about temperatures? Because temperatures are also pretty important to keep a look at. Well, due to the cold front, we're obviously having a bit more cooler conditions, especially during the nighttime hours. But watch as we go throughout the daytime hours, going into like right here. This is Friday right here. And you are still seeing some below average temperatures, but it's definitely not as cool. And then as we get into this weekend, here temperatures are starting to rise back up a little bit. We own a Sunday here. Let's go to Sunday afternoon or so, 9-10 degrees above average as we move into Sunday. Watch as we move into Monday. Monday comes along. We're looking, I'd honestly say, around a good 5 degrees above average or so. Maybe even more, up to around 10. So these temperatures are starting to rise. And once we get more into the week next week, we're going to start seeing those temperatures trying to get a bit higher as well. We may be talking about some 90s on the table potentially. Maybe some 90s. We see 10 to 11, 12, 13 degrees. Thursday comes along here. And Thursday we have some more cooler air, maybe trying to filter its way through, but definitely warmer air still dominates as we continue throughout the rest of the week next week. Then as we go into the weekend of not this weekend, but next weekend, we're talking about some cooler air maybe trying to move through. But watch as we get into the week after next week, still looking at that potential for cooler air to come into the state. And could potentially be some good cold air, obviously, because we just talked about that cold front maybe coming in throughout the end of the month, bringing severe weather. That obviously would bring us some cooler conditions. So the main thing to really focus on here, temperature-wise, is that it's going to be warm for sure as we go into next week. Week after next week, kind of up in the air right now. Definitely up in the air right now. But next week looks like it's definitely going to be warm. And speaking of warm, I mean, we're talking about temperatures for example, tomorrow. You see these temperatures getting up to around these 70s, the 80s a little bit. Go throughout the weekend or so, we're seeing some mid-80s coming along. We go into Sunday, for example. Sunday, we're seeing some more 80s, maybe even some 90s as early as Sunday. Monday comes along. What do we see? More 90s coming in. Tuesday comes along. What are we seeing? More 90s. And so it's just 90s central as we go into next week. Even as we get into Wednesday, 90s. Thursday, what does Thursday show? Maybe not completely 90s, but it's showing a good amount of mid to upper 80s. And then as we move into Friday of next week, still showing some 90s on the board. So it's going to be a very nice week next week if you like 90s degree temperatures. If you like that, well, next week should be a pretty good one for you. And if we go on and take a look even further than that, we're going to go on and look at the ensembles as we go into next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. We're going to be talking about some more warmer temperatures still, even as we go into the week. But then watch as we move more and more into the week after next week here around May 26th, May 27th or so. Temperatures still stay pretty above average, around 89, 90 degrees. So I guess the ensembles aren't really too sold on that system yet. Aren't really too sold on that cold front potentially at the end of the month. So not really too sold on it yet. So we're going to have to wait a little bit. I know that is probably around 300 plus hours out, so that definitely could go away. But for right now, ensembles are buying it, really. And so that's all I have to say here in terms of our long-term future. Let me make sure that I have covered everything. Dry conditions tonight, yep. Limited drought relief expected overall. So yeah, I pretty much went through everything here on the What's on Tap screen. So let's go on real quick and talk about the drought. I already have my prediction. If you have no idea what the drought monitor prediction is, it is a prediction that we do here as a chat. And we go on and check and see and try and guess what the forecast is for the drought monitor. We try and guess and see what it is. And so I can't remember if I think I did win last week. I think I was one of the only ones to win. It was either that week or the week before last. I was like the only one that won that week. So, but Anyways, the main thing here is we have 4 options to choose from. One of the options, well, obviously, number 1, our drought has expanded, which 43% says. Then we have 57% that says that the drought has shrunk, so that stayed the same. 0% thinks that the drought is gone, or that the drought in the abnormally dry is gone, which, thankfully, because that's definitely not the answer. Definitely not the answer. So we're going to go on and lock these in real quick in the poll so you can no longer vote anymore. But obviously, if you want to, you can come back again next week and vote in it, 9 o'clock p.m. And so we're just going to go on and give a drum roll real quick and reveal it. We're not going to waste any time. My prediction, by the way, is with the minority. I'm going to be with the people who said the drought has expanded. I'm going to be with those people. So let's go on and get a drum roll. And it definitely does seem like it has possibly expanded. Let me go in and make sure real quick because I'm looking at this and I see some spots of expansion, but I think I may see some spots of like decretion as well. So let me go on real quick and check in real quick. Go to my channel, and we're gonna go on and check out last week, which was that Thursday, which was the 7th. That was the 7th. And from what I can see right now to this current drought, yeah, it definitely did decrease a little bit inside the upstate. I will say that. Definitely did decrease in the upstate. And honestly, now that I'm taking a second look at it, I think that the majority was right on this one. I think that me and the minority was wrong on this one. Let me go in and show you real quick. So this is what it looks like right now. This is what it looks like. It's showing, obviously, conditions throughout the upstate. D3, you're seeing a D3, D4 inside of the more lower low country. And you still see a good amount inside of the Myrtle Beach area. You still see a good amount inside just the Horry County area, PD area, and general Grand Strand area. That D3 is still there. And then the D2, you can still see is inside the Midland area, still inside of the PD area, still inside the Western Midland areas. But look at it now. We're starting to see a little bit of that D3 go away in the upstate. We're starting to see some of it go away up there near Rock Hill. We're seeing it go away a little bit inside of Abbeville counties, Anderson counties, northern Greenwood counties as well. So I do think that the drought has actually started to recede a little bit. It's not much, but obviously every little bit will take. So congratulations to the majority, 57% who got it correct. And that's pretty much all that we have to say for the drought monitor. It definitely did go down a little bit, which is great news. Great news. And so, let's go on real quick and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off with Mr. Chris first. He was here first. He says, "Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a great day." I did. Thank you so much for that. Mile Lewis says, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Hope that everyone had a wonderful day." Well, I did. Mr. Chris has got to around 80 degrees here at Moncks Corner. Light winds. Currently, it's around 72. Well, at my house right now, it is around 76, and high temperature for today was around 83. Mile Lewis says today's high was around 81. Currently, it's around 66. And then Mile Lewis says we had a beautiful day here inside of Georgetown. My Nana says, "Hello, Jay and all. A nice day. I got some more plants done in the Florida room. It was nice in there." Then Mr. Chris says, "Please remember to go and hit the like button and the subscribe button. Also share with everyone that you know it's free and it helps the channel grow." First off, thank you so much for reminding us about that. Because right now we've had around a good 12 people tune in and only 6 likes. So only half of the people here have hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button yet, go ahead and do so. It's free. It is absolutely free. Mile Lewis says, "Very nice sunny day today." And then my Aunt Lewis again says it looks great here inside of South Carolina. Mr. Anthony says, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you." And then my cousin Cheryl says, "Good evening, weatherman. I hope you all had a wonderful day. Was a little dreary in Philly, but all is well. Keep up the good work. Everyone have an awesome evening." Well, thank you so much for that. And that's pretty much all that I can see here. I'm loving it. We can still use it. I'm assuming you're talking about the rainfall, which we definitely can. And so that's all really for me for the chat. So let's go on real quick and talk about the 4 areas outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, 4 areas outside of South Carolina. What am I talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly. And because they tune in almost nightly, we go on and give them their forecast for them. So let's go on and start off with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight at 69. High temperature for tomorrow at 93. And then low temperatures tomorrow night at 71. Precipitation not expected until around later this weekend, going into Monday, with a slight chance of thunderstorms there. So you're going to be dry for the majority of the weekend. And one thing I will say is winds will be up. I mean, we're talking about wind gusts of up to around 30 miles an hour as you go all the way through tonight, going into Sunday. Maybe even going into Monday as well. So it's going to be a breezy just next 4 or 5 days or so. Now, in terms of your severe weather, in terms of your excessive rainfall, obviously that's, not really expected at this time. But in terms of your future, like I said, it's going to get active once you get into next week. I mean, we're talking about a chance of rainfall every single day as you go into next week. And then temperatures are going to continue to stay up into the 90s till about you get into the mid parts of next week, where we'll start to see a drop into the 80s. Then for Raleigh, North Carolina, you have low temperatures tonight at 50, high temperature for tomorrow at 71, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 52. I have no idea why these are off right now, because I know I changed them, but that should be 71 and then 52. Let me make sure that Philadelphia is right real quick. Yes, that should be the right one. Okay, I see what the issue was. Okay, yeah. So what it was, let me go in and undo this real quick. So I thought that I was looking at San Antonio by accident, or I don't know what I was looking at, but whatever happened, the real temperatures, low temperatures tonight at 50, high temperature for tomorrow at 76, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 54, so that was the correct one. You have no precipitation that's expected at this time. And then in terms of rainfall is not expected. Rainfall is not expected at this time. And honestly, I mean, it's going to be dry, it's going to be nice, and it's going to be hot, though. I will say that. Temperatures will continue to rise as you go more and more into this weekend going into next week. So temperatures will continue to go up. But nice, dry conditions for you, no severe weather or anything. For Philadelphia, you have low temperatures tonight at 50, high temperature for tomorrow at 71, and low temperatures tomorrow night at 52. Precipitation not expected until around Sunday or so. You have a 20% chance of thunderstorms there. And then by the time you get into Wednesday, that's your next chance there. So from Sunday night all the way through to Tuesday night, you're looking nice and dry. Now, in terms of temperatures for your future and just stuff for your future there, because obviously you have no severe weather or anything, temperatures are going to continue to rise all the way through Monday, 91, Tuesday, 95, Wednesday, 95, so it's going to continue to go up for you. And then finally, for Duncan, Oklahoma, you have low temperatures tonight at 71, high temperature for tomorrow at 93, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 70. No precipitation tonight, but tomorrow night, there is a slight chance of thunderstorms. Severe weather-wise, you do have a risk of severe weather. That is for number 1, tomorrow. Tomorrow you have a marginal risk of severe weather. That's for a 5% chance of damaging winds and a 5% risk of damaging hail. So isolated damaging wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour and isolated hailstones of up to an inch in diameter is possible for you as you go into tomorrow. Saturday, things calm down, but you'll see another risk on Monday. Monday, you already have a slight risk of severe weather already. So make sure that you're aware. You have your severe weather plan in place on Monday, because Monday could be pretty serious. And not only that, but you also have isolated flash flooding that is possible on Monday as well. So even if you don't see the severe weather, you still have that chance of excessive rainfall. So that's it for that area. Temperatures for you are going to continue to kind of just stay in the 90s, 80s or so. But once you get into later next week, those temperatures will start to drop down to the 70s. So it's going to get cooler. Not only that, but it's going to be active all next week. I mean, we're talking about winds of up to around 33, 35 miles per hour as you go all the way through Friday, going into Saturday, going into Monday Monday night, I mean, it's going to be a breezy and active like weather pattern that's going to go into effect for you as you go throughout the next 7 days or so. Now, what's going on in terms of the entire U.S. weather news-wise? Well, it does look like critical fire weather is expected Friday across the northern plains, the upper Midwest, and the southern high plains due to gusty winds and low humidity. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing large to very large hail. Wind damage and tornadoes will be possible tomorrow and through Saturday across parts of the central plains. So yeah, we were just talking about that. Even tonight, I mean, we have a severe thunderstorm warning going on throughout a good amount of Texas right now. And we also do have some severe thunderstorm watches right now going on as well. And while I'm going on and finishing this up, I'm going to ask a question tonight for the top fans of the night for tonight. That honestly, it was pretty close and pretty similar to the one that we did the other day. The other day I asked for what was the highest or what was the lowest high temperature that we had. Tonight I'm going to ask what is the highest low temperature? What is the highest low temperature that we're going to have for tonight? If you can guess that, you'll be top fan of the night for tonight, but you have to be very quick. Have to be very quick with it because obviously it's already getting to around 9:30 or so. And, you know, I like to usually get us out of here, like, pretty quickly. So, and no, we're not guessing the temperatures. I see already 58. We're guessing the area, like the town that it's in. And it's on the eastern side of the state as well. Not on the western side. It's on the eastern side of the state. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that hint right now. It is on the eastern side of the state. So again, the highest low temperature that we're going to have for tonight. But while they're going on and answering that, I do want to talk about real quick, just in case you have family, friends, anything like that. Throughout the nation, obviously, we have severe weather that's trying to come in as we go into the next, honestly, I'd say, all the way through Tuesday. I mean, you start off tonight with severe weather. Tomorrow, you have severe weather over there near Omaha, near Lincoln, near Des Moines, near St. Joseph, Missouri. And then on day 3, which is on Saturday, Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Chicago, Indianapolis, Des Moines, Denver, Kansas City. These areas right here already receiving, already kind of in the path to receive that severe weather. And wow, Mr. Chris got it already, first try. Yes, it was Hilton Head Island, so congratulations to you. You have won the top fan of the night for tonight. Well, I did not think you would be that fast. I said be quick, but I didn't think it was going to be that fast. But congratulations to you for it. And then obviously, continuing on though, day 4, this is on Sunday. Lincoln, Nebraska, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Grand Island, Nebraska, going all the way down to Woodward, Oklahoma. I'm going into St. Paul, Minnesota, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. These areas have a chance for severe weather Sunday. Day 5, this is Monday. Chicago's included. Lincoln, Des Moines, a lot of these same areas that are receiving severe weather over and over and over again. But Oklahoma City's included in there, even inside of Tulsa and Kansas City. And then the final day, which is Tuesday, Oklahoma City again, Kansas City again, Wichita, St. Louis. Just these areas are getting hit with severe weather over and over and over. So if you know anybody inside the central U.S., definitely let them know. Definitely let them know severe weather is coming for them as they go into this weekend, going into next week. But that's all. Hit the like button if you have not already. Also hit the subscribe button. We're at 733, trying to get to 800. And then share with your friends, family members, acquaintances, people that you don't talk to regularly, because it's free. It is free. I will be back tomorrow morning for your Friday morning forecast update. Also, congratulations to making it to Thursday. I don't think that we gave a round of applause last night for Wednesday. But I'll be back tomorrow. Also tomorrow evening for your Friday evening forecast update. Make sure you hit those 2 buttons before you leave if you're new.